Huh? Hello? Oh no. This is bad. Whoa, hello. Am I back? Exclamation mark, Sibes. Guys, while the stream is catching up, I recommend looking at that link. Alright, I'm back. Cool. I don't know what the fuck just happened. I was busy enjoying myself learning about Notch and his upbringing and his life in Minecraft. Ugh. And his big head. And all of a sudden, boom, disconnected. This is unfortunate. Is that the right one?
He was getting the majority of
What's the delay like? Is it okay? It's not too bad.
every single negative aspect of the game. Notch described this experience to be...
It's very stressful. It really got to me.
We said too many things about the biggest men takeover to the point Twitch went badum. I want Mojang to become independent again. I want to see what would happen if EA bought Minecraft. Mojang. Oh, actually no, it'd just be microtransactions, duh, and loot packs. What if like CD Projekt Red bought Minecraft? What would they add? Other than bugs. Imagine CD Projekt Red buys Minecraft and adds like spiders and cockroaches and shit. They're purposely adding bugs to this game. That would be the best thing in internet history. Double ping raw. Raw? What? Drawing diamond pack stream number 50. Yeah. Unboxing diamond pickaxe.
I didn't want to work on the project anymore because I wanted to just write prototypes for new games and stuff.
Okay, that's from the video. I was going to say that music's fucking
on the
loud.
16th of June 2014, while sitting with a cold in his Swedish penthouse apartment, he would impulsively tweet out, "Anyone want to buy my share of Mojang so I can move on with my life? Getting hate for trying to do the right thing is not my gig." Notch explained that the tweet was somewhat of a joke. However, within only a day, he had a
that ends up in
$2.5
Minecraft.
billion offer from Microsoft for his 71% share of Mojang. Notch stated,
And I thought about it for a while and I said, yeah, maybe it's time.
and that following the sale, he planned on working on new prototype games as that's where his happiness was derived from. After deducting taxes and other various expenses from the
And he was
sale,
never heard
Notch
from
ended up
again.
with $1.3 billion in cash, placing him in the top 2,000 richest people in the entire world. In a final blog post relating to the sale of the game, Notch would state that it's not about the money, it's about my sanity. However, it's not exactly like Notch was going to sit back and do nothing with his newly found fortune. Approximately
Oh, he
2
got into
months
real
after the sale
estate.
of Minecraft, Notch would set an LA property sale record after
Yeah.
the purchase of an extravagant
It's still on
$70
Twitter,
million
really?
Beverly Hills mansion, apparently outbidding the likes of Jay-Z and Beyonce for the home. From this point onwards, Notch began to live
Zero
like
death.
a king, partying with famous individuals like Zed, Selena Gomez, and Dylan Francis, also beginning to host weekly parties at his new 23,000 square foot
Wait, is the zero death?
mansion.
He does have this crazy parties like every Friday. He should at least be self-aware of what he's doing.
He's known. I mean, people know him in LA in the partying scene as the crazy Beverly Hills party guy.
Notch was quite literally living the 16-year-old fantasy lifestyle.
Microsoft definitely helped in terms of funding, but then you have stuff like Bedrock Edition. Tweets about games all the time and sometimes random rants. Well, that's why he's controversial, isn't it? He's a racist piece of shit. Feel targeted? How?
A mansion more than $1 billion.
I could be wrong. I might have
accompanied by a completely
forgotten what
free
it's actually
schedule
tweeted. I
that
could
many
be
would consider
speaking
to
out
be
my
the
ass.
ultimate life. However, unsurprisingly, it wouldn't be long before Notch would reveal
find
the
out.
truth behind how depressing such a life truly is.
Over the
You
weekend,
don't have
the
any
man
real
behind
friends, 'cause you're in
Minecraft,
LA.
the online game, broadcast his stress on Twitter. In a string of melancholy
buy?
tweets,
Oh,
Marcus
yeah.
Persson wanted the world to know that it's just really hard being a billionaire.
Ah.
On the 29th of
Poor
August
buddy.
2015, approximately 1 year after selling the game, Notch would tweet, hanging out in Ibiza with a bunch of friends and partying with
How about fuck, I'm gonna get it at some point. How about instead of struggling so hard with all your billions, how about donate like 3/4 of it? If you don't like being a billionaire, donate it all, or at least enough where you can still live a happy life. Because we don't need billionaires. You don't need to be a billionaire. You're not gonna spend $1 billion. Like, yeah, you can, but what? You're gonna buy a world record like yacht collection? Why? Just donate it.
famous people.
Sorry,
Able to do
political.
Whatever I want, and I've never felt more isolated.
I
This
didn't-
tweet seemed to be a catalyst
okay.
for releasing a bunch of Notch's bottled up emotion, as he would then tweet out, "The problem with getting everything is you run out of reasons to keep trying, and human interaction becomes impossible due to imbalance. In Sweden, I'll
Earpacks,
sit
man.
around
That
and
is
wait
true.
for my friends with jobs and families to have
The man, the man is just an Apex Legends addict and is buying all the heirlooms.
time to do watching my reflection
Should buy
in the
Mojang?
mirror. When we
Which
sold
one?
the company, the biggest effort went into making sure the employees got taken care of, and they all hate me now. Not only did these tweets refer
Oh.
to how
Oh.
lonely Notch had become, but one tweet referenced his marriage that had ended in divorce. Another element of what you might call Notch's tragic life. "I found a great girl, but she's afraid of me and my lifestyle and went with a normal person instead." On the 13th of August 2011, Notch married fellow
Okay.
programmer Elin Zetterstrand, the
Anybody-
sister
yeah.
of Christopher Zetterstrand, who created some of the popular artwork scene around Minecraft.
I need to clip that little thing where I talked. There's been a couple good clips in the stream. I need to have a stream marker thing on my stream deck. There's been a couple good clips this stream, and it's not even like exciting or anything. It's just like the Pastor Blunt I was talking about before, the Pastor Joint, and now the fucking City Project Red. These will be good TikTok clips. Not can buy the whole stock of Respawn's Apex packs. Yeah. Or not, you're the definition of a Discord bot.
Notch and Elin
Yeah.
had a daughter together. However, by July 2012, only 11 months into their marriage, Marcus and Elin had filed for divorce. On the 15th of August
shit.
2012, 1 year and 2 days after getting married, Notch would tweet out, "As of today, I am single, #mixed emotions." It's hard to figure out exactly what to make of both Notch's tweet and his short marriage, but it seemed to reveal that Notch wasn't very good at handling adversity. He sold a $2.5 billion game just because he was tired of being attacked on Twitter, and perhaps this is a bit of a low blow, but he couldn't even stick it out in a marriage for more than 12 months. I'll give further examples later of
Ooh, Sunny V2 throwing shade.
why this is important, but for
Goddamn.
now it's just an interesting thing to consider.
Fuck.
Following the previously mentioned Twitter rant about feeling isolated and lonely, Notch laid relatively low in the media, continuing to program small indie games while hosting
Sorry, I'm pausing a lot. I'm sorry. I just don't want to talk over it because then it gets annoying. Especially listening to it. I'm just doing what I would want to watch in a stream. I'd rather than pause and try to talk over it, unless it's like 5 words or less. #mixed emotions. #lost Minecraft. #rich. Discord mod moment. Ew. Hey, chill.
hosting his extravagant yet lonely parties at his LA mansion. However, in 2017, Notch began to appear in the mainstream media once again, this time for his political opinions.
Discord mod moment.
Mr.
I like that.
Minecraft, Notch himself, has descended from the heavens to give us his beautiful opinion.
In the beginning, Notch's political
From the
tweets were somewhat
heavens.
mild in flavour. And on the 13th
Mild
of
in
June
flavour?
2017, he would tweet out, "Most people who proclaim to be feminist online these days are overtly sexist against men." Now, obviously, this
Oh,
tweet
shut
received
up.
backlash, because, well, I mean, it's Twitter, need I say any more? But politics aside, you'd think that perhaps the
Fucking
backlash
idiot.
from this tweet would have prompted Notch to avoid controversial topics. However, within 2 weeks of this initial tweet, he would turn up the heat with some slightly more controversial tweets. If you're against the concept of heterosexual Pride Day, you're a complete cunt and deserve to be shot.
Ah, so it's
Accompanied by,
homophobic.
"It's okay to be white,"
Ugh.
and "privilege is a made-up
Ouch.
metric used to silence and repress."
Whoa, okay, it's a lot worse than I remember. Fucking hell.
They're all
Jeez.
different, and that is okay. We listen to
Ooh.
individuals and help each other based on individual strengths.
My
and
guy is
needs.
trying
we do
to
not
get
generalize
cancelled.
based on skin color. Bigot.
The guy got sick of being attacked on Twitter and by his team, or his team hated him. This guy got sick of being attacked on Twitter and hated. So he sold like one of the, if not like top 3 most popular game companies in the world, and just went on Twitter and just fucking threw his reputation down the drain even more. It was already a shit in the drain. Now he's just waffle stomping it in. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Add command SMP bsmn. Yeah, you can do that. If you can, I don't know. If not, then don't worry about it. Oh, actually, no, don't do that for the stream. I'd rather it just for the people that's in the Discord. Be like, if you want to join, you have to join the Discord. Ooh, that type of thing. Otherwise, people will just join the stream and go, hey, what's this? All right, join, grief, goodbye. That, you know, without, like, becoming part of the community. That makes sense.
These tweets would prompt replies such as, wow,
I'm a villain, not a
cool
monster.
person with interesting things to
Fucking
say.
hell.
What a disappointment. It's not okay to couch
Yeah.
your racism in statements like, it's okay to be white. It's not okay to post seemingly
That's all
innocuous
good
statements
eclipse.
in an attempt to rile people up so you can have your ego flattered. I've said it before, Marcus, your problem is that you became successful. Notch had basically gotten his life into a position where he could say whatever he wanted. At the end of the day,
It
he had
didn't go
sold
well, did it?
Minecraft, had billions of dollars, and was always going to be remembered as Minecraft's creator, right? Well, Microsoft had a different idea. In March 2019,
Don't worry, there is
following
daily
the
backups.
deterioration
Oh,
of
good.
Notch's public image, Microsoft would remove the homepage splashes referencing Notch. Specifically made by Notch, the work of Notch.
Still keep it as, like, don't add the command on the stream. I'd rather people join the Discord, so, like, they can be active in the community, I guess. And, like, if they were to join VC, you know, there is a VC for it. And a chat and everything.
And 110813,
Otherwise,
the
they'll
date
just-
on
they'll-
which Notch had
Otherwise, there'll always just be people like, oh, how do I do this? Where's the chat for this? Where are you guys talking? Like, shut up. Just join the Discord.
been married. Now, the reasoning for this seems
Send a sniper to
somewhat
kill
obvious. YouTuber IBX Toycat created a video on the topic titled Minecraft removes all references to Notch, stating that Microsoft had now owned the game for longer than Notch ever had.
So that means that it's been roughly 6 years now since we've had Notch working on any frontline part of the game, and also it means, interestingly, as of this year, we'll have had the game be in Microsoft's hands longer than it was ever in Notch's hands himself.
Meaning that the work of Notch comment wasn't as relevant anymore. However, the removal of Notch from the game was also without a doubt a result of his strong political opinions broadcasted to his Twitter feed.
Big companies don't like controversy, and Notch is not just a little bit of controversy, he's a lot of controversy on a whole bunch of different levels.
Perhaps another reason
He's a
Microsoft
shit
had
ton.
done this was because only one day prior to his removal, someone tweeted at Notch asking, Notch, what do you think the golden year of Minecraft was? To which he would respond, 2019. Nah, just kidding, this year sucked for it. To worried fans, remember, it's yours,
Shut
not
up.
theirs. You make your own adventures in there and anywhere else you go.
Well,
Microsoft's
that's
distaste
true.
for Notch would then resurface 1 month later in April 2019, when Notch wouldn't be invited to celebrate Minecraft's 10-year anniversary.
The creator of Minecraft, Notch, is not allowed.
That was a real fucking suck on this notch. Fucking hell. Suck on this notch, I
to
guess.
attend this 10th
Jeez.
anniversary party. Let's see
That was a big
why
fuck
he's not
you.
allowed to attend it.
In an interview with Variety, a spokesperson for Microsoft would state, his comments and opinions do not reflect those of Microsoft or Mojang.
He was right. I don't remember the 2019 year of Minecraft. I don't remember what happened. I know I was in the cave update. Oh, was it the fighting update? I don't remember. Either way, I mean, that's when I got back into it. That's when the biggest event started. No, sorry, that was 2020, not 2019. My bad. It's kind of boring. Yeah, no one really played it then. Unless you're like a diehard fan of Minecraft. But yeah, he was right in the fact that Minecraft is our game, not Microsoft. I mean, technically it's theirs, but you know what I mean. Like you play the game how you want. There's no story or anything. It's just sandbox, and they do like events or like polls. Like what do you want to add and stuff, and then people start playing. Oh yeah, he saved it. At least in the YouTube space. I feel like if he didn't, then there wouldn't be the whole Dream thing. But I don't know. I never really watched Dream except for the Manhunt videos. That's about it. Hello.
And are not representative of Minecraft.
Great
In a
revival.
somewhat abstract display of maturity, Notch wouldn't respond to Microsoft for this decision and instead decided to stay quiet on the topic.
Good
Since this event, Notch
idea.
seems to have matured slightly, being a little wiser about what topics he discusses on Twitter. However, there are still many prominent elements relating to
Talk about
Notch's
wise.
fairly lonely life. He's decided not to marry again with his relationship status unknown. He assumably still resides in his 23,000 square foot LA mansion solo, and it'd be hard to see a shift in the opinion of human interaction becomes impossible due to imbalance when his net worth has increased by $500 million since making this tweet. In a
Jeez.
bizarre kind of way,
Whoa.
Notch's life became exactly like the very first version of Minecraft. There were no mobs, no lava, no danger, and you could just kind of do whatever. While the lack of challenge provides complete freedom and safety, it also made the game kind of boring. The game only blew up and became popular when a creeper
be
had the
famous.
potential to blow up your house, or you could lose your diamonds that you spent so long finding simply because you weren't careful and decided to dig straight down.
Oh my
The
God.
challenge is what made the
That
game
fucking
worth
cave.
playing, as is the case with many aspects of daily life. Notch stated that the reason he sold Minecraft was because he was tired of being blamed for things that weren't his fault, but in a weird way this was the challenge sustaining him. When he sold Minecraft he had no game to fix, no people to deal with, no one telling
So,
him what to do, and his ultimate problem
Just
became
save my
his
arrows.
eventual lack of problems. $1 billion and nothing to do is Minecraft Classic all over again. There's no challenge. It's an extravagant dirt house without the potential for a creeper to come and blow it up. It's having a portal to the nether while playing in peaceful mode. It's playing Skyblock if the chest were to already have hundreds of resources ready for you to use. Each situation sounds incredibly awesome in theory, but when played out in reality,
No,
you're bored after 10
it doesn't.
minutes. This was best highlighted in Notch's tweet stating, "The problem with getting everything is you run out of reasons to keep trying. The challenge is what makes a game worth playing and a life worth living." And it seems as though Notch discovered this the hard way after renouncing all of the difficult aspects in his life.
Have you tried to
Exchanged
mend
for
in
what
the
he
sand?
assumed
Well,
would
we
be
are
a
playing on
dream life,
hard.
but unfortunately being greeted with loneliness,
I think it's
unfulfillment, and
fine.
despair on the other side of the equation.
Bit more challenge. Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. Next. Nostalgia.
This cave, this music, this artwork, this biome, perhaps even this house, takes each and every one of us back to a certain chapter in our past life. A period specifically unique to only our own memory
Interesting,
that
yeah.
is now simply a representation of a chapter to which we will never return. It's bizarre, isn't it? We seem to place a higher value on what happened in our past, as if the game we were playing in 2010 was significantly better than that same game in 2020, despite the fact that on paper, the game has improved significantly since. We try to justify and pretend that the early 2010s was better than 2020 by stating that we preferred the old texture packs, or we preferred when there were less mobs in the game, or possibly even
No, more
everyone's
mobs is
favourite
better.
excuse of the game was more simplistic back then. However, the reality of why many of us feel as though Minecraft was
just
so much
nostalgia.
better in the early 2010s
Ooh.
was nothing besides
Also.
that dirty little liar by the name of nostalgia, insisting that things were way better than they seemed at the time. But the most important question
Like how I'm like, no, it's nostalgia. It fucking says in the title. You fucking idiot.
might be,
Duh,
why do we
of course
feel
it is.
So much nostalgia for
Fuck
Minecraft?
nostalgia bandwagons.
Why is it that there are elements of the early 2010s to which we just unconsciously ignore as if they were nothing but a simple ant walking on
Oh,
the
they're kind of
pavement,
fun.
while there are other aspects of the early 2010s, such as Minecraft, where we have an almost deeply
Nostalgia hate
emotional reaction
bandwagons
when
are bad.
reminiscing on the topic. Well, to pour the slab, to set the table, to establish a foundation for what is to be covered in this video, we first have to ask, what is nostalgia? Well, these days in popular culture, nostalgia references that bittersweet feeling you get when thinking about the good old days, or earlier parts of your life. However, this definition wasn't always concrete. When the word was first derived, it was actually a medical condition. Nostalgia, that feeling of wanting to be back in the past, a medical condition? Well, let me explain. The word was
I would put lampposts with the sensor set each time. That's a good idea. Lampposts are awesome. That's what I did in season 1, season 2. No, season 2 had the little pathway. I might do that again. That's kind of cool. I don't know, man. Lamps are cool. Nostalgia bandwagons are also with Pokemon, and I hate it. Yeah, I just feel like with Pokemon there's too much. They've overkilled it, in my opinion. It's still good. Pokemon's still cool. But it's cool. New games are cool. Like they're actually improving with stuff. Again, like the old stuff is just nostalgia.
coined as a description for soldiers in the 1600s who had homesickness to such a level that they would receive stomach pains, high fever, fainting, and sometimes even death.
You games finally evolving, which I'm excited for. Yeah, they seem pretty good.
So in the beginning, nostalgia was far from a positive, an almost debilitating mental homesickness disease that you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy.
If you have any extra quartz, you can give some to me. I only need like 40 for the sensors. Bro. This, just these pillars, was like 4 stacks. I need a lot of quartz, Azrael. I have a whole temple to build.
However, as wars were fought and won, as nations rose and fell, as the natural death and rebirth of nature evolved the biological experiment known as man, the definition of nostalgia began to change. Rather than the original definition of wanting to be back home while at war, nostalgia seemed to bizarrely take on the definition of wanting to be back in the past. Only 90s kids will remember these advertisements. 2000s kids, my childhood. 2010s nostalgia that will make you cry. Products, services, videos, all exploiting that natural desire to be your younger self once again. And if you look very closely at the thumbnail on this video, it's obvious that one of the prime suspects in 2010 nostalgia.
Thank you for the announcement, subs.
Why?
Don't go to any.
First ask, what circumstances do we normally feel nostalgic for? Well, as a baseline, I think it's safe to say that we don't normally feel nostalgic for events that we remember to be unpleasant. A hospital trip in your childhood, hurting yourself after falling off a bike, accidentally walking into the girls' toilets during your
Soviet Union fell.
Years. These don't seem to be events that we wish to reminisce on. No, it seems to be the opposite of this. We feel nostalgic for events that were overwhelmingly pleasant. Events that in retrospect appeared to be when our monkey mind wasn't chattering. Events where we didn't have a care in the world. What is this feeling if not how we felt while playing Minecraft? The game seems to be almost built around the elements that are retrospectively so nostalgic. Peacefulness, simplicity, and perhaps a lack of competition. Minecraft has been built in a way where you never really have to come face to face with stressful moments or harsh levels of competition. Now obviously this isn't entirely true. Your first trip to the nether, digging straight down with no knowledge of what might be beneath, or those few seconds after falling in lava that could be more stressful than someone typing www.p in your personal computer's address bar. However, for the most part we seem to have a bias towards remembering the non-stressful events. Trawling through a cave on peaceful mode looking for diamonds, trying to recreate that house that you saw your favorite YouTuber build, linking up with your school friends online after creating your first server. The low stress, low competition, simplistic moments seem to be the ones that we remember most vividly. And it seems as though this is kind of how the developers designed the game to some extent, especially when it comes to the graphic design and textures of the game. The game is a poster child for simplicity all the way down to the way the blocks were created. The low graphics and block-like text.
Please don't be a jump scare. Please don't be a jump scare. Please don't be a jump scare. What? I don't know if I can show that. There is no www.p. It's not a thing. First thing that comes up is how your pussy works. From 2012. Pink songs.
Textures give off the vibe of retro simplicity, and that retro simplicity is a prime suspect for the nostalgia that the game produces. It's like a modern day Frogger or Pac-Man for the 2010s, two games that these days are almost solely remembered and played for the nostalgia factor. The game was and is literally notorious for how bad the graphics were. I'm sure many of you guys remember in the early 2010s how Minecraft would always spawn an argument along
Delete your own message, Azrael.
The game has bad graphics doesn't mean it's a bad game. However, without us realizing over time, these bad and simplistic graphics were just another element that added to the nostalgia significantly. But it wasn't only the simplicity and graphics that made the game nostalgic. Saying that bad graphics equals nostalgia is a pretty weak argument. No, as if Minecraft's nostalgia is comparable to a work of art created by Da Vinci himself, there are multiple layers to analyze. Emotion, the next key player in Minecraft's nostalgia.
You know, it's not just
numbers. Did someone get buried alive here?
Describe the emotion and how hooked they are, and I was playing all night again, I can't go to work, or gotta call in sick.
The gameplay style, focusing on the emotion and creativity rather than the competition. Genius, because there's not many games that focus on emotion rather than competition. Every game these days, Fortnite, Call of Duty, League of Legends, all focus on becoming better and beating other players within the game. And while each of these games certainly has their own elements of nostalgia, they don't seem to have that compelling emotional nostalgia that you get when you think about the early days of Minecraft. Increased emotion alongside decreased competition seems to be a recipe for a nostalgic memory of the game in question. But the real question might be, where does this emotion come from? What are the elements of emotion within Minecraft? Sure, it's easy to say that Minecraft becomes nostalgic owing to the emotion it produces.
This is not
but that's
good.
very broad. Can we think a little bit more specifically? Let's think about smell, one of the senses that can produce an overwhelming sense of nostalgia should you get a whiff of a scent that reminds you of your younger years. An old deodorant that you used when you were younger, those plastic Christmas tree leaves teleporting you back to your younger self, staying up for the formalities of Christmas morning. The smell of sunscreen, even in the coldest of winters, preparing our mind as someone ready to jump in the deep end.
Sunscreen.
Certain senses produce varying levels of nostalgia, and while there were certainly some nasty smells coming out of my 14-year-old room after a 6-hour gaming sesh back in 2012,
Ew.
Minecraft itself obviously doesn't have all that much of a...
Okay. I might have told the story already. So, smell your armpits? No, they're clean. I had a shower. I might have already told the story before. Back in like 2014. For nostalgia? Yes. The smell of sunscreen. Back in 2014, when me and my good friend Michael used to play Roblox on our iPads, like literally 15 hours a day. Like we would wake up, eat, and just lay in bed playing Roblox on a Skype call for the entire day. And like by the time I would get off my iPad, it would be dark. Like it was all day, every day, just Roblox, Minecraft, and just iPad games that we play together. Doing obbies and shit, you know, the little parkour maps. Anyways, yeah, after like I think it was 3-4 days, my dad was home from work and he walked in my room and he goes, "Whoa, smells like sweaty balls in here." And at the time, maybe not now, but at the time, holy shit, me and Michael like pissed ourselves laughing. It was so fucking funny. And it's just a nostalgia like joke memory thing. Now it's probably you're like, that wasn't funny, but it was more of like you had to be there type of thing. I mean, never mind.
It's a video game.
Too tired for
and
this
a video
shit.
game can't trigger your sense of smell, but what it can do is trigger your
10:50. Oh, okay.
hearing with sounds and specifically music. The Minecraft soundtrack is one of, if not the most memorable game soundtracks of all time. Why? Well, it provides everything that we discussed in the previous paragraph about the elements that seem to trigger nostalgia. Peace of mind, that flow state, simplicity, and specifically an overwhelming provision of emotion. Minecraft's soundtrack was created by Daniel Rosenfeld, or C418, and took a very different approach comparative to many other games at the time. Considering Minecraft is an open world adventure game, you might expect some kind of adventurous music similar to maybe Borderlands or Skyrim. However, due to the game's weak Java engine back in 2011, C418 had to make the music
So about 8 sunscreen?
possible,
Yes.
producing the basic soundtrack
It was
somewhat
tasty.
representative of impressionistic classical music back in the 1800s, a music type that focuses on mood and atmosphere. And the mood that the Minecraft soundtrack produces is this feeling of bittersweet, like the music is happy but also kind of sad at the same time. And I don't want to sound too much like an 8th grade English teacher here, but this feeling of bittersweet seems to be a representation of the feeling that many of us have for the nostalgia of Minecraft. Bittersweet, we're both kind of happy that it happened while simultaneously sad that it's over.
Did you like the microphone condom? Forgot to ask. Yes, it was fantastic.
And the music seems to
Very
represent
proud of
this
you.
perfectly. When we hear the music now, it seems to connect us back up
Oh,
with
that's
the
what I should
innocence of
do.
our younger years. And that's kind of exactly what nostalgia is, the innocence of adolescence, or probably more accurately, the perceived simplicity of earlier life. Then let's take everything we've discussed so far, the calm, carefree, competition-free gameplay, as well as the emotional, atmospheric music, and combine it with one final element, the age in which we all played Minecraft upon its early release. Now, in this video so far, I've tried to ignore anything to do with the scientific side of nostalgia, because I basically have as much science knowledge as a chimpanzee wearing a lab coat. However, there's one element I stumbled across
Join
which
the
I
club,
really
brother.
couldn't leave out. So I'm going to go ahead and give you my extremely uninformed opinion on a scientific phenomena that, yes, I only just kind of learnt myself, yeah. The lifespan retrieval.
Oh!
A graph that shows when the most memories are encoded in our brains based on our...
Didn't hear him walking. I had the video on. This marks the 3rd time I've died in this SMP. This is rather unfortunate. It's like exploding. What the fuck? Give me my shit, man. Thank you. It's your phantom. Death. That. Man, now my inventory is fucked.
Age. The graph shows that the first memories that we begin to become nostalgic for start at around age 10 and increase as time progresses. So ask yourself, what would you say is the target age for Minecraft? Or perhaps you might ask yourself, at what age did you start playing Minecraft? Something like 10 years old onwards possibly? Is it possible that Minecraft just so happened to be there for many of us at a time in our life when we were most susceptible to memories that would eventually turn into nostalgia? It makes sense, really. For every period in our life we seem to be nostalgic for one thing or another. And in your early to late teens, what was there to be nostalgic for besides
Read your
being in
will.
school? An event which many of us didn't even feel nostalgia for. We could also link
I pen this, my last will and testament before my inevitable death. I, my name Sabo, confess to all my wrongdoings and secrecies. My thanks to my merciful foe, Bomber. Arrest my. That's unfortunate. Minecraft Pocket Edition 2011. Who didn't?
this theory up with the fact that our earlier memories seem to be
Good
the memories
times.
that we feel more nostalgic for. Now this is a theory that once again has absolutely no scientific evidence behind it and
Yeah,
will be
what the
completely
fuck?
different from person to person based on their own situation. But for many of us watching, you could argue that you seem to be much more nostalgic for the events that happened 8 years ago as opposed to the events that happened
Quill.
6 months ago. Perhaps it's because as time progresses you have more time to dwell on how good that initial event was. And after 8 years of occasionally
Dragons?
thinking about it, you come to the conclusion that, hey, that was actually a pretty good point in my life. And whether or not this nostalgia was intentional, it's now been proven to be an extremely vital element of Minecraft's business model, causing players to constantly revisit the game over the years to get that sweet release of their childhood. And it's well and truly spread out into different areas such as YouTube and Twitch, with YouTubers and streamers alike gaining massive views by revisiting the game after many years of not playing. And with one individual, the element of nostalgia quite literally re-exploded the game into the mainstream. PewDiePie posted the video Minecraft Part 1 in June 2019, with the initial idea being that PewDiePie would simply play the game for the nostalgia just to see what had changed.
I have not played Minecraft properly in ever. I think a lot of it has changed. I'm not sure. After all these years, I'm back in Minecraft.
Well, it seems as though the audience wanted to get a hit of this PewDiePie playing Minecraft nostalgia as well, as the video gained a whopping 45 million views. Then,
Oh,
if
it's you
look at
that just
Google
did that.
Trends graph for Minecraft, this video posted by PewDiePie quite literally caused a resurgence in popularity of the game, and it became mainstream on
Stacks
YouTube
of them.
once again.
I know.
Since this period, mid-2019, about a year and a half ago, many other huge YouTubers such as MrBeast Gaming and Dream have utilized the popularity to gain massive views and grow their audience. And how can we be so sure that this growth would be possible if PewDiePie
It down. This might be loud. Quintillion. Bro, it's 3 hours long. It should be like 2. Oh my god, my mouse. It's delayed. My mouse is delayed when I'm moving this around. I can't pause it. The video.
I didn't revisit the game for the element of nostalgia
Anyways.
in 2019.
That was a Monka S moment. Monka double.
So, to put this baby to rest, let's answer the final question. Why is Minecraft so nostalgic? I think it's safe to say that it's basically the multiple elements of emotion and simplicity that
horse is
produce
here.
a peaceful state of mind which slowly transition into nostalgic memories over time. You could
Dirt.
probably also argue that it has something to do with the age in which these memories form, with many of us experiencing the bulk of the Minecraft nostalgia from our early to late teens. And this conversation about age is an interesting one, because the resurgence of Minecraft in the mainstream has made it so the younger generation may very well have another wave of nostalgia for the Minecraft of today in 7 to 10 years. And who knows, maybe the generation after that will have yet another wave, continuing indefinitely until we're telling stories in the year 2080 of the great game we all knew and loved in the 2010s, Minecraft Alpha.
Hell yeah. The gangster gang. Gang? Game. Never mind. Can this build up, please? Man. What the fuck? Oh.
I mean, I've gone from being the weird kid to
Who
finding
the
10
fuck-
million of you.
Shut up. Linus.
Overly saturated color scheme helped to generate a combined 4 billion views across their 4 most popular music videos, in the process making LMFAO an almost unforgettable act. The whole time, however, the two members of the group hated each other. Redfoo and Sky Blue feuded publicly on Facebook, became involved in lawsuits, were berated and destroyed by the media, all while each of their careers died a silent slow death in the background, with failed project after failed project following their peak in 2011. The story of LMFAO is a brutal warning about the risks of going into business with a family member because, as you may or may not know, the group began as an uncle-nephew duo. Redfoo, being the uncle and older of the two by approximately 11 years, had been born into the music world, with his father being the incredibly rich and famous Berry Gordy, who founded Motown Records, which signed artists such as Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson, with Sky Blue being the 11-year younger nephew of Redfoo and therefore also being in the same family.
You're actually part of a very famous family.
Yes.
I have mined 1,200 quartz. Mined? Yeah.
And that is?
You need to crouch and spam.
It's safe to say that the two were in an advantageous position from the very beginning. However, this certainly didn't guarantee success for either of the two family members. In 1997, at the age of 22, Redfoo released his first studio album titled Balance Beam, which, according to the Discogs website, sold only 44 copies. In an interview from 2002, over 5 years after the release of his first album, it appeared as though Redfoo was still somewhat confused about the direction in which
Redfoo with the big afro.
I'm doing some stand-up comedy. I'm doing some music, I'm doing some rapping, but for the first time in my life, I'm trying to just build myself.
Yet at around the same point in time, Redfoo and his nephew Sky Blue seem to have subscribed to the popular self-help movement known as The Secret, believing that if they simply...
I swear Sonny finds a keyword and doesn't even look at what he searches. It was a great band. They made like 2 good songs.
Envision themselves as big DJs, the path to such a
That being said, they were my favorite songs at the time.
would reveal itself as time progressed.
And it started off really with The Secret.
The Secret, the motivational,
thing,
video that...
Yeah. We really saw that putting out there what we want is going to come back.
With the goal of becoming big DJs now established, they'd impulsively decide to form LMFAO whilst at a family Christmas party.
One day we were at this
Animal.
Christmas party at the family crib at my grandfather's house. He's like, yo, we should form a group together.
Also mentioning that they originally planned on calling themselves Sexy Dudes, yet decided to go with LMFAO, fearing that Sexy Dudes might result in judgment from their grandmother.
Really?
Redfoo
The grandmother.
Blue began to live what they described to be the party rock lifestyle, DJing 3 nights per week at
The fuck did light grey wool come from?
random clubs across Los Angeles, whilst working on improving their music during the daytime.
We were just living this lifestyle.
Biggest
which
of
was,
sexy
you know, party
dudes.
rock, you know what I'm saying? Like, we went and did clubs 3 times a week, and people didn't know who we were, didn't know our music, and we just get up there, yo, what up, we LMF, yo. We were partying every night, we're performing, and every night, and if not, we're creating something, we're making something. To me, that whole time just felt like one long party.
This is where LMFAO's family connections came into play. Redfoo and will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas had conveniently been friends since high school, and by 2009, Redfoo and his cousin had been creating music for over 10 years, giving LMFAO enough skill and experience to land a major record deal through will.i.am. Subsequently, he and Sky Blue would release bangers such as Yes and I'm in Miami, at which point they'd fully embody the idea that success happens not at all, then all at once. Yes went certified gold in the United States, boasting over 500,000 sales, whilst I'm in Miami peaked top 50 in the charts throughout the United
Top 50. God damn. Who the shit these peeps? Oh shit, man has a afro.
United States, the UK, Canada, and Australia. The extreme popularity of these 2 songs caught the attention of David Guetta, who would feature them on his song Getting Over You alongside Fergie, which has over 250 million views to this day. Yet, the music seemed like only half of what made LMFAO so iconic. A large portion of their skill seemed to lie in their memorable style and branding. You could tell that the members of LMFAO were just these 2 Los Angeles bozos.
What's your favorite thing about Los Angeles?
Bozos.
The women.
Who had a genuine passion for party.
Asriel, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? I hope it was good. What did you play? I feel like we should trademark Sexy Dudes as an Aussie band from the productions of Sexy Dudes. Is that so?
partying and making others dance. Everything about them was just so authentic. Their wacky style and carefree attitude felt effortless and unapologetic. Every other DJ seemed to be trying so hard to look cool or suave, yet LMFAO was so comfortable in making a fool of themselves for the entertainment of others, as if they were mixing comedy into their music. However, this approach certainly wasn't appreciated by everyone. In June 2011, LMFAO released their most infamous album titled Sorry for Party Rocking, which received a 0 out of 10 review from NME, which included a statement reading, "LMFAO understood the pain they were inflicting on the world and did it anyway. That's a horrifying thought. Even Lucifer had good intentions." The Guardian would give Sorry for Party Rocking a slightly better review at 1 out of 5 stars. However, if anything, these reviews were simply proof that taste is subjective, as the songs within this album would go on to become some of the most popular in pop music history. As mentioned in the beginning, the 4 most viewed songs on the album, Party Rock Anthem, Champagne Showers, Sorry for Party Rocking, and Sexy and I Know It, boast a combined total of 4 billion views here on YouTube. While on the Billboard Greatest of All Time Hot 100 Songs, Party Rock Anthem still sits at rank number 7 over 10 years later. However, while on the surface it seemed as though everything was going incredibly well for LMFAO, nobody could tell that behind the scenes, the relationship between the two members was beginning to deteriorate. The beef between Redfoo and Sky Blue began in early 2012 after Sky Blue would injure his back during a live Super Bowl performance alongside Madonna.
During the Super Bowl, my disc slipped when I was performing. And so as soon as I went down that little elevator, I collapsed and I couldn't even watch the rest of the show or anything.
This injury meant that Sky Blue couldn't continue on with the tour or possibly even make music at all, meaning Redfoo had to perform the tour by himself while Sky Blue recovered from his injury.
Was Foo there for you during that time period, on your healing process?
No, he's doing his thing, you know what I mean? He was really focused on what he needed to do. The tour kept going, and then I just had to go home, and and everybody kept doing the Party Rock and kept doing the LMFAO without me.
As a result, Sky Blue wasn't paid for the tour.
Did you still get paid though?
Hey, look, I don't.
What kind of story is that? Oh my gosh, yo.
I wish.
Everyone gets hit when my daughter's
kicked off the group because your back went out.
I mean,
Which must have sad their relationship heavily, as after the tour concluded, Sky Blue and Redfoo wouldn't speak to each other for over a year.
After my back
I was going the wrong way.
I didn't speak to Foo for a year. Me and Foo didn't talk for a year.
What? Man, you didn't talk on the Happy Merry Christmas,
motherfucker? Did he text you?
Nothing.
It became even worse when news outlets began to catch wind of the conflict. One article written by E-News in April 2012,
I will not be going to your
approximately
house.
2 months after the
Not right
backing
now.
read, the New York Post reported
I must find a big
yesterday
cave.
that the Grammy-nominated rappers are fighting, apparently over the cash they've made from their catchy tunes, including the #1 hits Party Rock Anthem and Sexy and I Know It, and are on the verge of going their separate ways. The 2 LMFAO members would shut these rumors down in an article written by Rolling Stone titled "LMFAO Breakup Rumors Completely False," which stated, in a conference call with reporters on Wednesday, the duo dismissed the speculation as merely a byproduct of their rising fame. "It's completely false. We're family at the end of the day. Blood is stronger than anything," said Sky Blue, alluding to the fact that he is Redfoo's nephew.
The baby.
Sky might be doing a DJ set in South America and I might be in Vegas, and they'll say, "Oh, they're doing separate things. How can we make a story out of that?" said Redfoo. "We have to be smart enough to recognize it's all a game, keep executing our vision, and turn this world into a party planet." While this response from Redfoo and Sky Blue sounded quite authentic, only 5 months later the two would make a different statement confirming that LMFAO was officially coming to an end. Discussing the relationship of the duo, Redfoo would state, "I think we naturally just started hanging with 2 different sets of people, 2 different crowds. We're always family. He'll always be my nephew, I'll always be his uncle. I feel like we've been doing this for so long, 5 or 6 years, and we're kind of like saying, well, let's just do what's natural and just kind of explore
I'm
that.
not entertained.
Like forcing it all the time."
Yeah, look, man. I told you at the start of the stream, it's gonna be chill.
2 people, just
I fucking hate the word chill in fucking stream titles. That's why I didn't put it. I just said I'm tired, low energy, internet test, YouTube and Minecraft.
You grow and we kind of grew into our own individuals, and we just wanted to do so many things.
Yet shortly thereafter, Sky Blue would write a Facebook status directed at Redfoo, implying that their split wasn't so amicable. "I've been wanting to speak my truth about this whole LMFAO situation for a long time. Out of respect to my family, I kept it all to myself. The way you belittle people and
Twitch
your
moderator
power trips were some of the main reasons our relationship as family and partnership has greatly suffered. My back went out right before a big arena show. You went out and performed, but then just left on the tour.
Yeah, my
bus
tags
without
have
seeing
chill because it's a tag. I don't care about tags. I'd say whatever in there. Vibes.
In fact, you didn't speak to me after that for about a year, which is around the time you announced our hiatus. As someone who really cared, loved, and had your back, this really hurt. I mean, you're my uncle, my blood. You even kept touring as LMFAO and made a lot of money doing it. You never once called me to ask me how I was recovering, you just kept shuffling every day without me. I really loved you, I looked up to you, man, but the more successful we got, the more you wanted control. Possibly spotting a weakness in the duo, LMFAO would then be presented with a $7 million lawsuit by their former management, as well as another lawsuit by Rick Ross, who claimed that their line "Every Day I'm Shuffling" had been copied from his 2006 song titled "Every Day I'm Hustling." Interestingly, throughout the lawsuit, Rick Ross would give further insight into the reason behind LMFAO's split. Further, Ross says Sky trashed his uncle in a deposition, where he said the real reason LMFAO broke up was Redfoo's refusal to keep him in the loop. With LMFAO breaking up and being sued, Redfoo and Sky Blue's only logical path was to continue as solo artists, only this didn't exactly go as planned.
After having such a success in LMFAO, and then going to a club, and then there's like 20 people there because Sky Blue's coming, not LMFAO.
As mentioned, Sky Blue went from selling out arenas as LMFAO to having 20 people show up to his shows as a solo artist. He released 2 singles in the year after LMFAO's breakup, each of which performing reasonably with around 2 million views each on YouTube, yet this was basically all the success that Sky Blue was able to achieve as a solo artist. His career would fizzle out in the 3 years that followed, with his final piece of music being released in late 2016 before he disappeared from the music industry. And while this marked the cold, bitter end of Sky Blue's career, Redfoo, being more famous of the two, had substantially more success as a solo artist, but only in the beginning. He'd initially landed a position as a judge on X Factor Australia, in the process dropping songs such as and Let's Get Ridiculous, each of which going platinum in sales, whilst
those are good songs.
The 100 million view mark here on YouTube. However, alongside these 2 incredibly popular tracks, Redfoo would also feature on a song titled Literally I Can't, which would unravel much of the success that he had built as a solo artist. The song, which according to one article follows a group of sorority girls who are pressured into drinking and dancing, was labelled as misogynistic by countless different news outlets, prompting a response from Redfoo, who would state, "Another example of critics victimizing an artist by purposely misinterpreting his/her work to support a pre-existing agenda, #literally I can't," which will create a rift between him and his audience, with Twitter responses such as, "Dude, you've got a video of bros victimizing a group of women because they don't feel safe drinking with them. No, this isn't victimizing. You're a blatant example of extreme misogynistic behavior. Whatever made you think those lyrics were okay? He says this and he knows it." Others would go so far as to create a petition stating that Redfoo shouldn't be rehired on the next season of X Factor, which went on to receive over 23,000 signatures. Incredibly, the petition's request became a reality only a few months later, when Redfoo was ultimately fired from the show. He'd get another shot on television after being invited to compete on Dancing with the Stars, only to be eliminated in the very first round. Yet being booted from X Factor and being eliminated on Dancing with the Stars was nothing compared to the reality check that Redfoo would receive after he'd release a brand new album in 2016 titled Party Rock Mansion. The album was dubbed a commercial failure after it would sell a miserable 144 copies in Australia for a number 172 debut, which was especially terrible as Redfoo had counted Australia as one of his most successful territories. The lackluster performance of the album seemed to indicate to Redfoo that his music career was coming to an end, as he'd only create a handful of songs in the 2 years following the full release of Party Rock Mansion, creating his final song in February 2018 before also disappearing from the music industry. In countless interviews from before the pair disappeared, both Redfoo and Sky Blue seemed pretty confident that at some point they'd get back together for an LMFAO reunion.
Will Sky Blue and Redfoo ever get together and make another LMFAO project? Is that even possible based on where you at now?
I believe so.
Yet, for obvious reasons as outlined, it doesn't seem like this will be happening anytime soon.
Yeah. Really need it.
Hated. That's a question you might ask yourself after stumbling upon hate video after hate video
Just
after
live it in
hate
the past,
video,
don't
each of which
overkill it.
explaining in their own words why they dislike this 17-year-old anonymous Minecraft YouTuber. What makes the question even more interesting is that only 6 months ago, Jellybean was a complete nobody, gaining less than 1,000 views per day, which is a number almost incomparable beside the 40 to 120 million views she now receives monthly. Has the hate come about as a simple result of becoming so successful in such a short period of time? Or is it more likely associated associated with the numerous controversies that she's been involved in during her short time in the sun. We're going to examine the fast but intense career of Jellybean up until 2 weeks ago when she'd post a hate video on herself, so you can come to your own conclusion about whether or not the title of YouTube's most hated creator is justified or deserved. The first reason as to why she might warrant this title can be identified when looking at the third video ever posted to her channel back in October 2021 titled Minecraft But I'm Reading Comments. See if you can figure out what the reason might be without any context.
Balls. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Just like. Hi, Mom.
It's just Gen Z humor. Yeah, mic spam is just annoying. Repetitive content.
Viewers quickly came to the conclusion that Jellybean's videos were obnoxious, annoying, over the top, immature, and clearly targeted towards children.
And the content itself is pretty much this chick sounding like she's off who knows how much drugs, with literally blaringly loud video game OST music in the background.
Another influencer that has this thought of loud equals funny.
There is no entertainment value whatsoever. It's intentionally like mega overstimulating with like the text and the movement character and the parkour in the background.
On a subreddit dedicated to hating Jellybean, fittingly titled r/Jellybean sucks, individuals would back this message up in memes reading, POV, you're about to watch Jellybean, headphones volume 1. Brace yourselves guys, loudest sounds on earth. Concert speakers, fireworks, gunfire, blue whale, space shuttle, Jellybean. However, Jellybean's voice and general video delivery weren't the only things feeding into this narrative that she was an incredibly annoying YouTuber. In late November 2021, Jellybean would upload a video titled Minecraft But We Cause Some Chaos, in which she requested that all of their audience Photoshop her Minecraft face over the top of their current YouTube profile pictures.
I think it would be really funny if we just slapped my Minecraft face on everyone's profile pictures and confused so many people.
After this proved to be successful, she
pushed her just another fucking
by requesting that everyone post her Minecraft face to their profile picture on.
That's just another fucking what was it with the Terminator face? Oh, what was it? Was it Terminator face? Ah. Maximilius did it. Oh yeah, that's what it was. The oh yeah thing. It's just another one of that.
On every platform.
So I think we should move on from YouTube and go to
other
platforms. I want you guys to change your profile pictures everywhere, not just YouTube.
While this move seemed to annoy some people, with Twitter posts such as, why do you think people are in the Jellybean profile picture gang? Because they have no life, no friends, no bitches, no outdoors. People changing their profile picture wasn't really all that invasive and was hardly worth getting worked up about. However, it would serve as a basis for her next publicity stunt, which was substantially more annoying and would go on to ultimately make her even more hated. This next stunt began on the 7th of January 2022 after Jellybean would upload a video titled Minecraft But We Set a World Record, in which she expressed her desire to break the record for the highest number of comments on a YouTube short.
What if we hit a world record for the most comments on a YouTube short? I know it sounds crazy.
Cool. Good job.
But I think it's possible. If everybody watching this video type, it's not a mistake, it's a masterpiece, 10 times, I think we can hit that record.
Subsequently, her comment section began to fill with the instructed comment, it's not a mistake, it's a masterpiece, with Jellybean taking to her community tab, instructing that the message shouldn't be spammed anywhere besides her specific YouTube short video. Hey, I just want to state, do not go to other streamers / YouTubers and flood them with, it's not a masterpiece, it's a mistake. I'm okay with you guys spamming my YouTube comments, but nowhere else. Thank you /serious. However,
I've seen more unified hate against this poor child than an actual pedophile. Kind of crazy.
Obviously, the audience was going to do the exact opposite of whatever Jellybean instructed, and as a result, her audience began to spam it everywhere, forcing the Jellybean agenda upon each harmonious YouTube comment section.
A few months ago, I got comments on my videos saying it's not a mistake, it's a masterpiece, and I was very confused.
You definitely hit the record, but your fan base went to every comment section.
The Jellybean fans who refused to join the "it's not a mistake, it's a masterpiece" cult were then apparently sent death threats, as Jellybean would have to take to her community tab once again in another post reading, I didn't think I had to state this, but don't send death threats to people who don't like "it's not a mistake, it's a masterpiece."
What?
As the hate continued to mount against Jellybean for the
they just got the wrong
campaign, those who didn't know what was going on would take to the Out of the Loop subreddit in a post attempting to figure out why Jellybean was becoming so hated. One user would comment, answer, people just find her annoying, receiving a response reading, people annoyed by someone that they can easily avoid blows my mind. This is a very good point. Sure, the comments were annoying, but why were people going out of their way to hate on?
Can we just appreciate how horrible the YouTube comments are normally? No one reads them. I'm back, made leftover pizza for lunch. Let's go.
When, as highlighted in another Reddit comment, she's doing the same annoying shit that YouTubers like Ranboo and George Not Found would do, but she's the one who gets a massive hate campaign. Now this comment isn't completely accurate.
My name going in every comment section. That's a good idea.
They all play Minecraft, sure, but Jellybean has a fairly unique style, besides using a similar disguise in a subscriber milestone special, which had clearly been copied from Ranboo.
Ranboo baked a cake for 1 mil, she's making cookies for 400k, he wears sunglasses and a mask, she's wearing sunglasses and a mask.
However, regardless of whether or not
they're
similar,
they
trademarked highlighted that some portion
sunglasses
of the
and a
audience
mask.
believed that she'd taken some or most of her persona from these other Minecraft YouTubers, providing her with a reputation as a copycat. For example, going back to the subreddit titled Jellybean.
Bro, Minecraft YouTubers are all the same now. Maybe not back then, but now they're all the same. Everyone's a fucking copycat. Who cares? It's a fucking game and people make videos. Just turn off your computer. Do something else.
Sucks. One user would say
like
that she
an
got
old
her
man.
whole personality from the Dream SMP.
She started her channel basically copying.
Yeah.
Dream.
Have you not seen their entire fan base? That's what they all do. Seems actually pretty good.
She even used his speedrun music, and it wasn't even used in an ironic sense. Nah, she was just trying to replicate that sweet Minecraft success.
Oh my god, I'm like...
Sub YouTube.
Even
Good
going
idea.
so far as to name her Twitter handle Be Not Here, alongside a YouTube community post stating that this was her face reveal, with a similarity being highlighted further in some of the many hate videos made on Jellybean.
Instead of actually having an own persona, she completely mimics Dream.
She's the
Whoa, I know I'm pausing a lot. How about instead of people going, oh, they're copying, just watch someone else who doesn't copy. Like, actually, who cares? Because you can is to go outside and touch grass.
Definition
Exactly.
of I try so hard to get in the Dream SMP. Now, make
No
no mistake,
grass.
there were some huge advantages to being associated with these other Minecraft creators. Each of them already have a massive audience, which could easily flow through to Jellybean if the public sees her as being similar. The problem is the Minecraft community on YouTube are a pretty easy target for hatred and aren't always seen with a squeaky clean reputation.
That is
which
true.
will also flow through to Jellybean if she's being associated with them. You've got posts such as this one reading, "This new wave of Minecraft YouTubers
Those are
are
the
just
cheap.
annoying and it isn't entertaining. I love watching Minecraft videos, but I absolutely cannot stand Dream and his friends. There's a couple of them who I find funny,
So
but the
don't
whole
watch
thing is
them.
just
I don't
unbelievably
get it.
cringeworthy. There's certain things that should be role-played on, and Minecraft just isn't one of them.
You're not watching kids' videos, are you? Are you a child? Get off the internet. Oh, I don't watch kids' videos. You're fucking... You like Morg's videos? No. So you don't watch them. Just do that.
If Jellybean gets associated with the current Minecraft crowd on YouTube, people are by default going to apply the same hatred to her. However, this still fails to explain why Jellybean clearly receives more hatred than any of these other Minecraft YouTubers. So let's explore another theory. Maybe Jellybean isn't as hated as it seems, and hating her has simply become a trend in the commentary community. Let me explain. On the 7th of February 2022, Soloco will be the first YouTuber to post a video discussing why they dislike Jellybean. Soloco had less than 1,000 subscribers at the time, yet his video would go on to gain close to 200,000 views despite being only 2 minutes long. A week later, the Beak would post his video titled Why I Don't Like Jellybean, which once again gained over 1 million views despite him also having less than 50,000 subscribers. It will be at this point that the commentary community witnessed the effectiveness of creating hate videos on Jellybean, spawning even more hate videos all titled in a similar way, each of which parroting a similar opinion to that which was shared in the first two successful hate videos.
If you ask me how I got this video idea, I came up with it. Yeah, I didn't steal
Netherrack.
from anyone.
What?
No, not at all, not at all.
As a result of this, you'll find countless Jellybean hate videos on YouTube, yet in reality, most of these commentary YouTubers probably have nothing against Jellybean and are simply jumping on the trend for views. Commentary YouTuber Jaden would talk to one of these channels, which had created a...
Is this crystals? It is. Are there any fully grown ones? No, it's not fully grown. What am I doing? Well, actually, I'll take a bunch of these nice flowers. I like these ones. Not that one.
a Why I Hate Jellybean video, who
a
stated,
weird
just
little
wanted to
bio.
let you know, saw your video on Jellybean, and I saw you included my video, which is pretty cash money. But there's no Jellybean drama. Me and Beak just wanted some 2016 videos. We don't not like her. There is no drama.
One of these commentators ended up reaching out to me and saying that they were basically just trying to bring back the old 2016 style of commentary, and that they didn't actually hate Jellybean.
The commentary community might have hated Jellybean, or they might have simply been putting it on for views. Regardless, it will be during this wave of commentary community hate that Jellybean will make yet another mistake, leading to her becoming even more hated. She began to respond to the criticism.
Jellybean ended up responding to me, man. Jellybean herself.
Now, she didn't respond to any of these videos directly, which was a smart move, but she'd rather post a tweet reading, can't have the haters holding me back. It's pop-off season woo, which is unfortunately the kind of comment that can act as fuel for these channels to continue hating her, or even worse, doxing her, which is what would happen next.
People have taken this thing to a whole nother level. They're actually doxing Jellybean and leaking her private information just because she makes cringe Minecraft videos. Yeah. Jellybean's IRL, the person behind, it's not a mistake, it's a masterpiece. And then they leak a picture of her face and say Jellybean, more like Jelly Bozo.
As Jellybean's face began to get shared across the internet, videos were posted to the platform by some pretty unhinged YouTubers stating that she deserved it.
Jellybean actually got doxxed, and I'm gonna be talking
This dude sounds 16. Look, 16. Look at him. It's a child.
about it in this video and why she deserves it. So make sure to like the video and comment.
However, this still wasn't the worst thing that would happen to her as a result of the hate. Seeking another response from Jellybean, someone from TikTok would create a fake screenshot of her saying the N-word on Discord, forcing her to address it in a public Twitter post reading, "I'm here to address these screenshots that have been going around Twitter, TikTok, and probably other social medias. Recently, there have been fake screenshots of me saying slurs, and it's honestly disgusting. These screenshots are obviously fake, from the profile picture to the wrong pronunciation of my name in the screenshot. These people who are spreading these screenshots only have the screenshot.
Can't even get it
no
right.
weight behind these accusations, and they have been very harmful to me and my mental health. I'm called racist over something I didn't do. I don't care how much you don't like someone, you shouldn't make fake screenshots of them saying slurs. It's hurtful and childish for whoever made them. I've decided to step away from Twitter for a couple of days/weeks. I'm tired of getting accused of something I didn't do, which will be supported by even the commentary community, which had created the conditions for this hate in the first place."
Jellybean is a cringe YouTuber. There is no doubt about that. But just because you find Jellybean to be cringe, you don't need to put out false allegations about them.
While these kind of events have been, quote, very harmful to her mental health, they haven't actually been all that harmful to the growth of her YouTube channel. On the 1st of May 2022, Jellybean will make a
mix
tweet
up some
reading,
G
"I'm
Fuel.
curious, how
Hell
did you
yeah.
find out about me? What were your first impressions of me?" In which many of the comments referenced that they had discovered and become a fan of Jellybean after watching the commentary videos hating her. So while Jellybean may hold the title of YouTube's most hated creator, the negative connotation might have come with an equal amount of positivity.
Did it though? Oh, wait, okay, yeah. Alright, last video, then I'll probably end stream.
Yeah, I wouldn't reply to a comment like this. I don't understand why you're so hateful towards me.
The Island Boys have been receiving fewer and fewer likes on TikTok every single month since they
Let's get
blew
this
up.
treasure.
10 million, then 9 million, going to 7 million, before a pretty sharp drop to less than 3 million last month. The Google trend graph tells a similar story. People have slowly been losing interest in these two rappers who have made respectable physical sacrifices for their career in entertainment. However, while we're not here to hate on the Island Boys, we will make the argument that they were destined to fail from the very beginning. And the first reason is because they never had a decent skill set or product to begin with. When they first blew up 6 months ago in October 2020,
They made a song.
infamous "I'm an Island Boy" rap, it wasn't because people were
I'll just
impressed
destroy your
by their
home, never.
ability to sing. In fact, it was the complete
You're
opposite.
not allowed.
The video went viral because of how terrible the song was. The Island Boys were instantly judged
Yeah,
as
it's
two talentless bozos who had
That's
covered
why.
themselves in tattoos, and as a result, people began to follow them for their stupidity as opposed to their talent.
And I think they're entertaining, and I follow them because they're entertaining. I love to see the stupid shit that they say.
They were mocked brutally in
Actual
some of the
Jake
funniest
Paul,
TikTok parodies ever
funny,
posted to the platform,
smart
whilst
comment.
being used as a representation for how easy it was to get famous on the internet in 2021.
Let's be real. How long before the Dust Bunny twins over here get a record deal, sponsors, and tours? Oh, you don't think so? Remember this, bozo?
Now, the difference between the Island Boys and someone like 6ix9ine is that while 6ix9ine also got famous in part by his over-the-top ridiculous appearance, he actually has a decent portfolio of music to fall back on. People hate on 6ix9ine, but only in the beginning. He then becomes well known, people check out his music, and then some become fans after realizing that his songs are actually pretty decent. Therefore, it's a solid growth strategy. On the contrary to the Island Boys, people hate on them, then check out their music, only to realize that similar to their TikTok content, it's not worth listening to.
People don't find these guys entertaining. They're not entertained by them. Other than, oh hey, these guys look like this. Oh, that Island Boys video was funny. What's happened since? Nothing. At all. And they keep rinsing and repeating and they're milking it dry. Did you really think you were
right on top of this treasure chest?
Acapella Island Boys and people were gonna mess with it?
Without some decent art form to fall back on, they're unable to convert their haters into fans over time. Therefore, they either become even more hated or completely irrelevant.
Hang on, I'm digging treasure.
On the Impulsive podcast with Logan Paul, stating that the haters were actually fans because they were following everything that the Island Boys were doing.
They're really fans because really,
I must breathe.
Think about a hater. A hater's watching you.
Maybe some sour blue chug rug.
If they're hating on me, it's just because they really love me. Because I see the haters check up on me more than the love. So,
which seemed to be a variation of the "it's better to be known than to be liked" argument. However, there are so many examples of where this doesn't really apply. There are countless YouTubers who have been outed as predators. For example, EDP445 and Minilad, who are both very well known, yet receive almost no views as a result of people disliking them so much that the audience goes out of their way not to watch the content. Therefore, the argument is probably expressed as you need to have an entertainment that people remember as being impressive, whilst maintaining somewhat of a likable reputation, which the Island Boys don't really have. People don't think about them in the context of unique, edgy artists that put a lot of effort into their music. They think about them in the context of two clowns who are famous for being famous.
Do you think that that's part of what people kind of hold against you as a grudge? Is that like your image is crazy and you're sort of famous, but maybe the music isn't necessarily the reason why you guys are so known?
Right.
One of the Island Boys would go to say that the other reason they had so many haters was because.
Why'd you give me so much sand?
Anyways. Of jealousy,
just hating on me or whatever.
Okay, goodbye.
And it's just a form of jealousy, either that because I'm not really doing nothing.
Which is just another naive argument often made by narcissistic celebrities who lack self-awareness. Why are you so confident that people want to be in your position? Do you ever consider that maybe there's another reason as to why people hate you besides jealousy? The "everyone is jealous of me" argument displays a lack of critical thinking, personal honesty, and self-awareness, which was highlighted once again when Logan Paul would ask them about why they thought they blew up in the first place.
Why do you think you guys went viral in the first place with the Island Boy rap?
I worked my ass off. It's not even just the Island Boys. It's the fact that we went through so many obstacles, it was just bound to happen.
Now, it'd be a cheap shot to say that there was no hard work. I'm sure the Island Boys had to have put some degree of effort into their career before posting that mega viral video. However, as mentioned previously, they didn't blow up because they had been in the studio relentlessly for 10 years straight. They blew up because they were being laughed at.
You have that factor.
It's got popular on TikTok. It's not too hard.
We do. We're the only ones that are talented in this thing.
And this is one of the strangest parts about their
that's just
whole
not
career.
true.
They've deluded themselves into thinking that they have musical talent as a result of becoming famous.
So basically, when I was locked up, I was probably one of the only people in the dorm that knew how to rap, that knew how to freestyle, but didn't.
Right then, the biggest of men.
I think me as a rapper,
it is.
My music is underestimated though. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I'm a good artist. I can sing, rap, whatever, versatile. I can make rock music, whatever.
What about Xavier is now disabled?
This when asked about their future.
What is next for you guys?
We're rappers. We care about the music way more important than a lot of things. We're trying to take over as an artist, singing, rapping, because I can sing, I can rap.
And this when Logan Paul would ask them a similar question.
What's your 5-year plan?
To be always top Billboard in music.
Good God.
Maybe acting if they let me with tattoos acting or something like that.
However, their confused response of always being top of the Billboard in music was certainly lacking in confidence, probably because at the end of the day, they know that with their current image and skill set, the music they do produce could never compete with the top of the Billboard.
Their look doesn't help them at all in terms of
back up in
music,
okay.
Because people just see them as this ridiculous character, and it's just unfortunate for them for the future. Right now, they're probably enjoying it.
For example, when they'd post the official version of their I'm an Island Boy song to YouTube, it's basically impossible to find a single positive comment, despite the video's 13 million plus views. Thank you, Island Boys, you saved my brother. He was paralyzed in a fatal car accident. Luckily, when I played this song, he rose and clicked the sound to mute. Wow, you guys definitely have a hidden talent that should stay hidden.
Oh my
have
God.
this on my alarm clock every morning. Been waking up 30 minutes earlier just to turn it off.
No.
Thank you, Island Boys. In addition to this negativity toward their music online, they'd also receive a similar response during their public appearances. For example, they'd both attend the Jake Paul vs Tyrone Woodley fight, where the entire crowd would try and get them kicked out, stating that they had apparently thrown a shoe at someone, which they never did.
Oh.
So the Island Boys just showed up.
What did you find? I don't know.
The Island Boys are getting kicked out because they just threw a shoe at someone.
Additionally, in November
Thank you,
2021,
Keemstar.
they'd be booked to sing at
Tell
Club
me about a new
Live in
biome.
Miami.
Oh, like I found like a blue grass with crystals. I don't know, it was a small biome. It was east, like 3,000 blocks ish.
By the crowd after yet another underwhelming performance, at which point the audience would discover another reason behind why their career wasn't going to last for the long term. They were completely unwilling to take advice from more knowledgeable role models in their field. Going back to the Impulsive podcast, the Island Boys seemed pretty proud that they had paved their own path after Mike would ask them about which rappers they had been inspired by.
What was your inspiration? Like obviously you guys listen to rap music coming up.
I try
Oh boy.
not to listen to
Oh, I'm just at this
because I
portal.
feel
Oh
like
my
it hurts
goodness.
My mindset.
Is that why you guys
Alright,
have
this is
such
gonna be a
unique
fight.
sound?
Yeah. We don't listen to rappers. Nowadays, I used to listen to a lot of rappers.
Do you think you should start listening to them again?
No, because you're gonna try to steal their flow. They already made it. I'm not trying to you know what I'm saying? You make it more being yourself. I'm not trying
Are
to
you sure?
Brain about being yourself?
Yes.
How?
Yeah.
I agree with you guys to an extent of not
You,
being
child.
swayed by other people, but also at the same time the current winners in the culture
Which
act
one
as
another?
guardrails
Yes.
and guidelines for what you do with your craft.
Mike is 100% correct here. If they were to copy another artist completely, people will call them out as
Spamming through on
copycats.
YouTube.
However, if they
Nice.
decide to completely ignore the valuable lessons and current trends set by the industry's leading artists and walk their own path without any inspiration from anyone else, they're just going to end up sounding like, well, the Island Boys.
Is that how you end up in a place where you sound like you guys do?
Oh my
which
God.
is so drastically different. Like I wouldn't even call it. I wouldn't call it hip hop. Like it's not rap, right? Like what is it?
They don't even really seem to understand what their own genre of music is.
I was trying to go for more melodic sound. When you keep on rapping in the same
cadence,
in the same form, you got no flow. Like it's the same flow.
Monotone.
Kind of monotone. We go like you're very.
And going back to their inability to take advice from others, that eventually walk out of the Impulsive podcast after George would provide them with what seemed to be some tongue-in-cheek yet useful financial advice.
I think if God
Been
forbid
nerfed
it
too
doesn't
much.
go in your guys' direction, for real, I think you guys take all of your jewelry.
Oh, I didn't get my hay bale.
invest into something, so you guys will never ever be broke again.
After storming out of the interview, an article will be released by HITC reading George Janko vs. Island Boys net worth compared.
Where did my fucking wheat go? Who? Who did it? Who took my wheat? Who fucking did it? I'll find out.
Podcast feud, which put the Island Boys' net worth at $100,000 compared to George Janko's net worth of $600,000. With the Island Boys being so offended by George's basic financial advice and the semi-accurate idea that offensive things are just self-deficiencies that you're yet to address, their emotional response to what George had to say is also a pretty good indication that the Island Boys are probably pretty unwise and insecure when it comes to their financial situation. You know they're also insecure about their future if they flip out on a simple question like that. George didn't say anything offensive. The world is laughing at these boys, not with them. I refuse to believe there's people this insecure when it comes to money in this world, lol. This was also the opinion held by a financial YouTuber named Graham Stephen.
This sort of confidence and arrogance, I do think would end up getting in the way. Financial advice is not something you get offended about. I mean, there's nothing in there that should have been offensive.
Graham also reiterated what was said earlier about the unlikely nature of their career lasting for the long term.
How do I go to page 2? /2 /page 2 /co-inspect. Oh, okay, it stays on. Click. Oh. Aha! He took my food. Motherfuck. He did help me mine out a mountain, though, so. Oh well.
Could last you anywhere from a few months to a few years. We've seen so many people come up like this where they blow up big and then all of a sudden they do nothing. They can't carry that momentum. And for this right now, they're good for going viral. But I'm not sure if that could be sustained or if that could be translated into a successful career long term.
Before going on to once again discuss how George was probably making just as much money as the Island Boys.
I don't see anything
here perfect
that
amount.
would say George is making less money than the Island
Oh,
Boys.
actually,
If anything,
no.
he could be
Gross
making the
some
same, if
wheat.
not more.
However, when this point will be put against the Island Boys on TikTok, they seem to share a differing opinion.
I'm gonna say it respectfully in the most humble way as possible. I doubt he's making any new money like how Island Boys are. We are successful and happy in life.
Which
Why
will be
is he
followed
sitting
by
like
another
that?
TikTok, once again displaying their inability to take the advice of others and their desire to walk their path of success alone.
But if someone's talking about my financials, I don't want to hear it. You're not the one that's making me millions of dollars.
My
I make
financials.
millions of dollars myself. You know what I'm saying? It's just me doing it myself alone, you dig?
Overall, the reason behind why the Island Boys are already on
Big
their
man.
way out was summarized simply and obviously in a comment made by a YouTuber
Not
called
biggest
Philip
of man.
Yassine.
It's short-term hustling, and we've seen this exact same quote-unquote business model, I guess you could call it, being done, but this doesn't last.
Well, duh. We just... Oh, well. Yeah, that'll be it for tonight. I need to wind down. I'm not even fucking doing anything. I'm just sitting here playing Minecraft talking. But, like, I need to be on to stream. And I can't be turned off. And I need to do that before I go to bed, if it makes sense. I got a little loop on my forehead. Doing. How does it take to set up your hair after... Why does the hair look like a mace? How long does it take to set up after they have a shower? Can we turn on stream? No, that's not what I meant. I mean, like, my brain has to be switched on. Like, thinking about what I say and how I say it and who I say it to and, you know. That's why I don't usually, like, go on VCs right before bed or whatever. It's because I need to wind down. Have a good night, Saber, Insta. What did you send me? Yeah, okay, they uploaded Spider-Man. I'm very happy. I could just go watch it somewhere on wherever it streams. Alright. Let's raid someone. Apologies for the stream reconnection halfway through the actual fucking stream. But, oh well. Apologies for... Add? Let's see if this button works. Did it work? I ain't going live right now. It's unfortunate. I could raid DK Shadow again. For all subs. Yeah, true. Why'd you do an ad? Just save your points. You got no monies. Fuck. I'm broke. Damn it. Ruby Neko is streaming Fall Guys. Interesting. Go over else. Well, I'll see what this dude's doing first. If not, then we're at 4,000. This dude's got 3.4k followers and only 5 viewers. Was he botted? I know Jake was, like years ago. I know it's a VTuber. Yeah, okay, I'll raid Ruby. Why not? Good to say hi. Some people leave if they switch content. Oh well. Oh, and then... Oh, my bad. I didn't say that. Maybe next time. Yeah, cheers for the fun stream, guys. Again, nothing crazy, just chilling, doing mining a mountain, watching YouTubes, and we took a year break and lost all his momentum. Yeah, I remember that. But he's still doing pretty good. Like, his streams are entertaining. Whether he gets good views or not, like he's still good at entertaining a stream. Whether it's fucking 2 people or 30 people. Plus, he just doesn't stream GD anymore, or at least not that I know of. Because if he wants to get fucking popular, he needs to focus on GD, and then when he has a like consistent viewer base, no matter what he plays, then he can slowly move away from it. That's how you do it, not just cut off. That's what I should have done with VR chat, but oh well, too late now. Anyways, thank you for the fun stream, everybody. I took a break and came back fully better than ever. Well, again, different for everyone. My rate's going to go automatically in a second. Thank you for watching. I might be live again tomorrow night. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Goodbye, everybody. I love you all. Goodbye. Bye, bye. Goodbye. Goodbye now. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.